everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Morning Chisme podcast. Sister, how you doing today?
I'm doing good, sister. How are you?
You didn't even let me finish.
I didn't?
You were already preparing to say I'm doing good.
Well, because I'm doing good every weekend.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to say? I'm doing bad?
Imagine I actually fucking hate you, and I'm here because I have to be.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it really be doing like that.
Yeah, I know. But usually when we feel like that, we don't record.
Yeah. I mean, I've recorded when I was angry with you. Remember that one time when we were about to fist fight?
When?
I don't know. It felt like we were about to fist fight. Maybe we weren't, but
we had one disagreement. And you were like, I don't think I have the energy to do the podcast. And I was like, I drove all the way over here. We're doing it.
Yeah. I mean, you're right, I guess.
And then we got over it.
I mean, we did get over it. But sometimes I do be beefing with you, internally.
Yeah.
I think it's fair.
Yeah. And it's fair. We're sisters.
I know.
Because we are sisters.
We stand together.
Oh my gosh. This weekend, talking about Cheetah Girls and talking about our past, I started watching Twilight.
Oh my God.
Dude, I was...
How does the song go?
Yeah, exactly like that. What... Did they tell Bella to do that whole thing with her face?
She's know.
Always in pain. And I'm like, you're not the one with the super smell.
That's true.
When he was like...
I know. He was sniffing intentionally. He was trying to get a big whiff of Bella's scent.
Yeah, and anytime the wind would blow, he was screwed. Yeah,
Twilight is a fever dream.
Yeah.
And I was obsessed.
We were obsessed.
I never thought that Bella would be the way she looked. Because when you read the book, it's you're almost Bella. So it should have been me. You know what I mean? A dog and a million-year-old man should be fighting over me.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a very weird experience to watch as an adult now that it's been years and years. But we went to the premiere.
I know.
We made
had
t-shirts.
The posters. We had the t-shirts. It was a whole era.
It was a phenomenon.
Yeah.
Oh my God, watching Twilight in the movie theaters, back in the day when you could actually see movies at midnight. I don't think now they even do that.
They do 9 p.m.
Yeah.
Which how boring.
I know.
But also I would never stay up.
Yeah, but back then it was a whole thing. We would wait in line. Everybody had their little Snuggies.
We would be late to school the next day.
I know, but
Snuggies. Oh my gosh, I had a Snuggie. I loved the fuck out of my Snuggie.
Yeah, no, they were lit.
Yeah.
And then you'd go to school next day
with arms.
And you'd be tired. People were why are you tired? I went to see Twilight. You know, you were cool.
Yeah.
It was a vibe.
To the midnight premiere.
Yeah. Twilight is one of those movies that you're it's just really weird to watch now.
Yeah.
The concept is weird.
Yeah.
Why? In the third movie, she's they're married or whatever, and he's if we have sex, I could kill you, and she's willing to die for dick. So that's it's wild if you think about it. She really is, and then he impregnates on her child, a dog impregnating or not impregnating.
I was what?
What is it? Imprinting on a child. The concept is wild. What? And then when she's going through it, when he moves away and she's and the time is passing and she's devastated as fuck.
Yeah, that's real as fuck though.
Yeah, no, that is real. I was you know what? I felt that with her.
The most we can relate to Bella.
Yeah, when she was crashing the fuck out.
She was crashing the fuck out.
Over her million-year-old man.
Yeah.
Which is crazy if you think about it, because he's 1,000 and she's 17.
Yeah.
Weird. But, I mean, what an experience for you. Love that.
I'm going to continue watching it today. I'm in the middle of New Moon.
Good. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I feel now I'm going to rewatch it too. I've been watching, oh my God, I've been watching 90 Day Fiancé. And I can't ever get you to watch it, but 90 Day Fiancé is that girl. It's Bravo, great value. Everyone's a little bit, crustier, but it's just such good TV.
I just can't do crusty.
It's too good. It is so good.
Maybe one day.
Everyone's so delusional. I love it.
I just feel too much delusion,
Yeah, but I love it.
I don't think I can do it.
It's good tea. It's good tea. But that's what I've been doing this weekend.
Yeah, talking about delusional, Trump called himself a king this week.
Ay Dios. I mean, honestly, I feel it's been 12 years since he got into office.
12 years. It's been
1 month and a day.
1 month and a day. And the first month didn't even really count because they were just getting him there.
Yeah, now he's there fully.
Yeah,
and
fully.
Elon Musk is there too.
Yeah.
I don't even understand. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't.
To call himself a king?
If Biden or Obama had done that, it would have been.
That is the fucking shit that pisses me off so much, is that I know that the fucking energy towards Biden or Obama, if they had called themselves king, people would be throwing up.
Yeah.
Literally
they would be impeaching him like immediately.
But for some reason, this man goes up there and calls himself king and people are applauding him.
It's weird. The obsession is wild. I actually watched a video of this girl saying that like the reason why people don't like Trump is because he's so masculine. I'm like, I'm sorry. Trump is sassy, wears makeup, and like...
He has the worst tan ever.
He's the pettiest person on the planet.
Because he's so masculine?
Like, he's not.
Like
he's a yapper.
Yeah.
Okay? Does that give
If anything, he's...
he's in his feminine energy at all times.
Yeah.
Like, when I watched the video, I was like, she cannot be serious. Like, you have got to be joking. And I'm really hoping it was satire. I was like, okay, I would hope that this is not real. Like, you don't truly feel this way. Like, you have to be, no.
Yeah.
But yeah, Trump is just doing the most at all times. I honestly feel like sometimes he's trying to test the waters to see how far, like, his fans will defend him.
Yes.
Like introducing a third term potentially, like, is crazy. Like, no.
Yeah.
No,
but his fans would probably be like, yes.
Oh, absolutely. They're like eating everything. He could literally like do anything.
Yeah.
He could murder someone in front of them and they'd be like, you know what? It's justified.
Because he had a plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, no, bitch. You're just...
Yeah, he like called out like... Was it the governor or the mayor of Maine? Or tried to call her out? And he was like... She was like, well, I'll see you in court. And he's like, yeah, I'll see you in court. You're not going to have a future after this. And I'm just like, what kind of president? Like, imagine if other presidents would have done that. Like, I don't think that we would be this lenient.
No, it's truly like, it's diabolical. It's insanity. And it's almost laughable if it wasn't pertaining to us.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost like I'm watching a movie of people be like... You know when you get, like, what's it called when they, like, put a clock in front of you and then...
hypnotized.
Yeah, like, are you kidding?
Yeah.
Like, every time somebody... I don't surround myself with Trump supporters. That's just, like, not my energy. But when I've heard them talk in person, I'm like, where did the knowledge go?
Yeah. Where did it all go wrong?
Yeah. It's like, do you need to justify your racism that hard that you need to support this man?
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing in his policies that I'm like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Before, when he was running, I was like, I can see the things he's saying that he's not going to implement that would make people like 1% believe in him. But now it's like negative 1,000. Obviously, at the time, I didn't believe anything he was saying, but, like, I could maybe see if someone's, like, completely on a basic level of understanding, believing his lies. But even then, I'm like, I can't even get it then.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, you're lying.
Yeah.
You're lying that you think he's doing all these things, or you're just really, really, really uneducated, which makes me wonder, are you just stupid or delusional? Or both?
It's crazy. It's really a crazy time. Just seeing everything unravel is just wild. It feels like a simulation. Like, this shit cannot be fucking real.
Yeah. It also makes me wonder, like, we have a lot of work to do in our education system.
A lot of work. Where I thought that we were maybe, like, just a couple steps ahead, but we're like miles behind.
No, like, I used to, of course, like, other countries make fun of us, and I do understand that. Like, we are embarrassing, but I always sometimes think, like, maybe, like, we're making progress. No. We collectively, in, like, average as a, like, society, feel like read at a 3rd grade level. Yeah. Like, that's really bad. Like, that's not good.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
It's very embarrassing.
It's gonna be a long 4 years. By the time that Trump is no longer in office, I'm fucking hoping, I'll be, like, 35. So I wasted my late 20s. No, mid 20s.
How old am I going to be? Like 38.
Yeah. I wasted my mid 20s and my early 30s with this fucking buffoon.
Yeah.
And then COVID. So it's like, damn.
Yeah, we really didn't get a break.
My good years.
I know.
Stressed out.
Yeah.
Or inside.
Yeah. What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Exactly.
Not the vibes. Not the vibes at all.
Not the vibes.
But you know what?
I'm over it.
Oh, me too.
A month in. I was over it before.
I'm clocking out.
Yeah, I'm clocking out.
I don't even want to argue with people because I'm like, you're clearly never gonna get it.
Yeah.
Because if you don't get it by now, like there's nothing.
Yeah, like there's nothing. And I think that I think I talked about this. I had to come to an understanding that like people just will not get it. Because like for me, I'm like, okay, like I want to make you understand, but there's just like no way.
No,
like we just simply cannot.
That has left the building.
It has left the fucking planet.
Yeah, I know. So it's like it is, but I hate saying it is what it is because I don't want to like be like a giver upper, but like sometimes you have to see it for what it is, and like you simply are not going to understand.
Yeah.
If you have not gotten it by the third time around, like you literally are not, or you just don't want to get it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess we'll see. I mean, we'll probably have more news next week.
I know. As the weeks go by, it's more and more information that you're just like, is this for real?
Yeah.
Like it makes you wonder. It makes you like seriously wonder. Like, damn.
You know, yeah.
I mean, I guess we'll have to see.
Yeah.
Literally,
dude. And I don't want to have to, but
I don't. Yeah, me neither. But like,
what is there to do?
Yeah.
Something else that's kind of crazy that I was like, damn, you're literally. I mean, we obviously knew he was guilty. Like, if you didn't know by now, Diddy's very guilty.
Yeah.
Everything they're saying he's doing, I believe it. You know,
1000%.
And if they're not even saying it, like I'm sure there's more, like behind the scenes, like 100%.
Yeah.
But apparently his lawyer is like, I cannot continue.
That's insane.
Yeah, like it must be so either unwinnable or incredibly dark that your lawyer's like, actually, I'm tapping out. Like I can't.
I'm literally out of this bitch.
Yeah, and
like because a lot of these people will defend anyone just for the money.
Yeah.
And he can't even do that. Like,
yeah.
What was the reason? I hope he writes a book.
I
know they have like the
confidentiality.
Yeah. Does that go with lawyers? Yeah, yes. Obviously.
Yeah, and it goes past even you like moving away from the conversation.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm not. Do you really think that he didn't sign in like an ironclad NDA? Absolutely.
Yeah. That shit would probably eat me alive.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where, like...
Oh, yeah, I've seen lawyers, like, in shows like, honey, you know, I can't talk to you about the case, like, to their wife. If my husband... Exactly. If my husband was a lawyer and he didn't tell me, first of all, like, we can't be married anymore. Ew. And second, like, I understand you're doing your job, but, like, tell me.
You can't do it either if you're a juror, either. Like, if you're in the jury, like...
I know. That's how me and mom got out of jury duty.
Why? Because y'all were there together?
Yeah, we got summoned to the same jury thing. And mom was like, well, I'm going to talk about it with my daughter. And we live in the same house. Mom and I did not live in the same house.
She said, I will be yapping.
Yeah, and they were like, well, you guys can be part of jury duty.
Do you get paid?
Like $1.
Oh, really? That's it?
Yeah.
I feel like it would be kind of, like, interesting if it was, like, a really intense case.
Yeah.
Not like a parking ticket or something. I'd be like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not guilty. I get it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that I would, like, look at the bigger picture.
Yeah, like I understood where your mind was at.
Yeah, exactly. But, yeah, Diddy's lawyer tapping out was it was kind of shocking because I was like, okay, like, he took him on knowing what he knew, but, like, what else did he find out? Like, I am so curious to know what more is out there and if it's going to come out.
Absolutely. It's going to come out. I mean, when trial hits.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people are like, not innocent until proven guilty, but like, let's be so serious. So serious. Like, these allegations that are put out there, these lawsuits that are made against Diddy, everything is so, like, it's not just like a little dark. It's fucking dark as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, it goes from 0 to like 200 so quickly with Diddy. And I don't think he's getting out ever.
No.
Which, period.
Yeah. I mean, and also with that, it's like you're exposing a part of like Hollywood too. Like, yeah, it's something that I feel like has been understood for years, but it's never been like this exposed. I feel like when Cassie came out with her lawsuit and the videos came out, like it unraveled.
When Cassie came out with her lawsuit and then she settled, a lot of people didn't believe her, and a lot of people didn't believe her, which was really disgusting.
Yeah, wild.
And it wasn't until the video of him literally doing horrendous things to Cassie came out that people were like, oh, maybe she wasn't lying. And I know a lot of people believed Cassie from the beginning, but it was just traumatizing to watch. So and that's one person.
Yeah.
Imagine all the people.
Yeah. And on top of that, it's like the level of like, for her to even come forward because he's so powerful, that has to be terrifying.
Yeah.
Like this man, I feel like could do some crazy shit to you.
And I'm so glad that, you know, she's moving on with her life.
Yeah.
She's having a baby boy. She's pregnant.
Yeah. Good for her.
Yeah, good for her. I love to see her happy because we saw her alongside Diddy for a very long time. Just kind of like being there, kind of just like existing. And now you can see her truly just in her element and so happy with her husband and their beautiful daughters, and they're having a son. And it just, you know, it's nice. It's nice to see.
Yeah. And I mean, she probably feels a lot better now that he's locked up.
Yeah, probably so much more like peace.
Yeah, but you also wonder like who else was involved.
Yeah.
Because he's not a lone person.
Oh yeah, he didn't work on this alone.
He has an entourage, he has a posse, he has people.
Yeah, and it makes you wonder too, like, are they going to, either all of this is going to get exposed now with the Diddy situation, or are they going to try to hide everything again and just kind of like
sweep it under the rug
by getting rid of him, like letting him rot in jail, or like, you know.
It's quite interesting, honestly. And I like, he's been bad
because Epstein.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
And I mean, like, people stop talking about that. Like, they'll move on for the next thing.
Yeah, until another like 5 years.
Yeah, another one of these happens, and it's just like, maybe we need to like dig deeper into why this is happening. Like, Hollywood is very dark. Like,
very, very dark.
I mean, you just hear the stories from different people, but then people forget and they'll move to the next story, and then like that person that story involved like is fine, which is crazy, because bringing it back to Kendrick Lamar, like, yes, Kendrick Lamar went and did the Super Bowl and like exposed Drake, but like the things he exposed him for, why are we not digging deeper into that?
Yes,
because like those rumors have been going on forever that Drake likes minors, and it's not just a part of the song. It's not just a dig that Kendrick Lamar is throwing at him.
Remember when he was like best friends with Millie Bobby Brown, and
she was like 13?
That was just so weird. She was like 15. But regardless, like, what do you have in common with a 15-year-old?
Like, she was, I think, 14 at the time, and he was 31. I'm 31. I cannot even imagine texting a 13-year-old, a 14-year-old, unless they're like a cousin or something like family wise,
like not where they're like asking you like for something or something
like
or
not
other.
A casual conversation.
Yeah.
And someone was talking about this on TikTok, and this is obviously all alleged, but she was reading an article about how like Millie Bobby Brown back in the day, this was like 2017, she was like going somewhere and she was like talking to the press, and she was like, yeah, I'm gonna go visit Drake, like he's my good friend. She was like 15. I'm like, why is this man your good friend?
Yeah, that's like, so weird.
Not like on her, but like, why are your parents allowing this? One, and two, why is he texting you? Yeah, it's very weird. Yeah, very weird. And he was also like caught like not caught because it was like out there, he was like dating an 18-year-old when he was like in his 30s, and it's so strange to me how these men consistently date, you know, younger women, and it's like even with Leonardo DiCaprio, like he, like the jokes that they make about him consistently dating women in their early 20s, and I'm like, this man is almost in his 50s.
He is.
Why is this like just like a joke? Like, this is weird. Yeah, it's fucking weird. Yeah. What do you have in common with someone so young? Yeah, like, it's just weird. It's weird. And so there's like all these like things in Hollywood that are like perceived to be like, oh, it's not that deep, but it's deep.
It is deep.
It's weird.
I never understood the whole Millie Bobby Brown and Drake friendship ever.
Why would she be friends with him?
Yeah, and I think that you're right. I think it got swept under the rug like nothing, because then we forgot about it. And now Millie Bobby Brown is grown, and you know, she's married. Yeah. So it's, I don't know, it's kind of odd.
It's not just odd, it's confusing and also inappropriate. Like, very strange. Yeah. So I think that with Kendrick Lamar opening up that, you know, accusation, I think we need an investigation.
Yeah, like to look deeper.
People say Drake is just as bad.
Really? Yes. I've never heard that.
I wouldn't say just as bad as Diddy, because he's just like dark as fuck, but like he's no angel. And I'm just like, that's scary because
That
he
is
has
scary.
a level of power and fame and money. Like, yeah, this little Kendrick beef is going to be the talk of the town for the next few months, but eventually people will forget, will listen to his music, and they'll move on, and these accusations will just die down with the performance and the rumors. It's like, no, these rumors have been going around since 2012, 13. Like, it's been 10 years. Like, this man is like doing weird shit. And same with Diddy. These rumors were never not a thing. There always been like, Diddy's a weirdo. Diddy's this.
Yeah.
And people are like, then they'll like give him an award at an event. Like, oh, he's the highest. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
No, you know damn well he's a weirdo. Why
Yeah.
is this not a thing?
Yeah.
But it's like also like a protect, you know, each other. Because I feel like they all have secrets on each other.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm sure that Diddy has secrets on a lot of people.
Absolutely. I mean, not only was he doing it, they were there too.
Yeah. That's so weird.
Yeah.
I feel like if I was like in that situation, I'd be like, I need to get the fuck out.
But it's also like, if you think about it, if you're a young actress, if you're like a 16, 18-year-old actress.
No, I'm talking about like as a grown adult seeing another grown adult do this.
Yeah.
Like,
But then it's like, okay, if you open your mouth, you're blackballed. Like, if you make
blackballed.
Is it blackballed or blacklisted?
Blackballed?
I don't know if blackballed is a term.
Blacklisted.
Yeah, when you're like, can't, like, because if you think about it, during these two periods of time, Diddy was like at the highest of the highest of the highest.
I rather be blackballed or whatever the fuck. Blacklisted.
No, yeah, and of course,
because like, I'm sorry, like my fucking decency as a human comes first.
yeah, of course.
Like I don't, but you're right. There's a lot of people out there that are very fame hungry.
Yeah, and you have to also think about it, the time like period. So this happened, like, or like where it was like I guess at its height, like 2000s. Like, could you really like just walk away? I mean, social media wasn't as prominent. People may not find out,
And they could kill you.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
that's how you have to think about it. Like, it's just
Death?
not death.
Well, I
but,
mean,
like,
I'm an
you could
extremist. It's
you
fine.
could definitely. Sorry, I burped. You could definitely be like portrayed as a certain person. Like, you know, I always think about like Katherine Heigl, how like in the early 2000s when she was like on Grey's Anatomy, like people used to say that she was the worst to work with.
Yeah.
She was like this, and they portrayed her as this like horrible person,
Yeah.
and that she was like this big bitch, when in reality she was just like having boundaries.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, like now everybody thinks of Katherine Heigl as this like nightmare of a human.
Yeah.
When in reality, when you look at it, it's like, oh no, she just wanted to like it to be fair.
Yeah.
You know?
I love her.
So it's like that's the narrative they build when you don't go along with like what they want you to do.
That's crazy.
So it's just crazy. I mean, obviously, like I don't know if that's exactly like, maybe Katherine Heigl was a bitch, but like what were the circumstances? Why was she being a bitch?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
I understand.
So it's just like, okay, like I have beef with you.
Yeah.
Why is a woman always difficult to work with? What is the reason? Because like I feel like a lot of the time it's like, oh, she's just a diva. She's just a nightmare. Why though? Why is she a nightmare? You know? Because like a lot of the times it's not like really she's a nightmare. She's just wants it to be fair. She wants it to be equal.
Yeah.
She wants to be heard. She wants to be understood.
She doesn't want to be submissive to men.
Or she doesn't want to be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, okay, goodbye. But speaking of not submissive women who are, you know, on their own and can be, I would say like one of the baddest bitches, Offset and Cardi. I skipped around a little because I just want to talk about this real quick. So Cardi and Offset were married. Well, they were legally married, right?
Yeah.
And they have children.
Yeah. 3
And he has kids from other
women
relationships as well. And they were married, and you know, I feel like she was very loyal to him. And we can only say this from the outside because I don't know the relationship, but she obviously broke things off with him multiple times, and
she gave him many chances after he fucked her over many times. It's very, we need to reiterate that, because it's not like he did her wrong. Well, even if she wanted to leave after the first one, that's fine, but she like gave him so many chances.
Yes, absolutely. And he would show up to her concerts with like, oh my God, I would murder you. It was giving Anuel and Karol G energy.
Yeah.
Like, why the fuck are you here?
Yeah.
But she took him back, right? She took him back, whatever. And then I guess there was like one too many times, and she was like, I'm done. I'm divorcing you. She finally put, she said, we're burying this. Like, I'm done. You know, moved on with her life. And, That one thing about Cardi, I feel like she's not going to be like dreading and sad and inside.
Yeah.
She's going to be outside.
Yeah.
She's young. She's hot. She's going to find, suitors. And
Yes.
as she should. Like, you don't have to be sad after your relationship is over. You can be sad, but you can go and live your life.
Yeah.
And I guess she like had a Valentine's Day date and he was like crashing
With Stefan
out.
Diggs.
Yes.
Which, he's a lot better looking than Offset, in my opinion. Like, Cardi upgraded.
Yeah, she said, you know what? I'm going to get myself an athlete.
Exactly. And like, even if it's nothing serious, even if Cardi is just getting dick, good for her.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, good for her. And he's crashing out. He's like talking shit about her. He apparently deleted like the pictures of their kids off of his Instagram, which I think that's so stupid. I don't understand why he's talking shit about her. He had her.
Yeah.
She was your wife. She like rode so hard for you. And you fucked her over so many times. She took you like back so many times, and you still did her wrong again. This is on you. This
and
is
didn't
on
she,
you.
like, announce her getting a divorce while she was pregnant?
Yes.
Like, she probably, that was like the most vulnerable time of her life.
She announced that they were getting a divorce, and then the next day she announced her pregnancy.
Yeah, so like she's super vulnerable. She's pregnant with your child, but she decided that for herself, it was better to not be with you.
Yeah.
That's how shitty you did her. She decided that during probably the most, I wouldn't say like hardest time, because when you're
like
pregnant,
very
it's fucking
emotional.
hard.
Yeah.
Like, to decide to leave your ass because that's how little value you were adding to her life.
Yeah. And then for him to be like, oh, like my new girl's better or like better or whatever. And I'm like, okay, then why are you talking about Cardi?
I know.
Like, leave Cardi alone. I love Cardi so much. Like, I love her. I'm a ride or die Cardi B fan. Okay.
Yeah.
Love her. She's so funny.
Yeah.
Like, I'm always listening to her, like, her videos when she was like, put me the fucking faja on now. She's so funny. And, like, I just want someone to make her happy because I think that she deserves that. And even if Stefan's not the guy for her, like, let her have fun. Like,
she's gonna level up. Like, that's the thing. And I think that's what eats him alive, is that, like, he probably won't do better than her, but she'll definitely do better than him. Like, if we're being honest, like, in their relationship, like, he's Cardi's husband. You know what I mean? And, like, yes, he's, like, one of the Migos, and he's, like, has good songs, and he's, like, you know, whatever. Yeah. But, like, let's be honest, I don't think they've had a hit since, like, 2020. Yeah. And she's, you know, she could put out an album and get a Grammy.
She is the Cardi B.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I think he's just crashing out because he knows that, like, he's never going to do better. Yeah. And it's like, you literally cheat on her. You think she's going to wait around and just be, like, twiddling her thumbs? No, she's going to go live her life a little. Like, yeah. And, like, everyone's like, oh, well, she has 3 kids. And I'm like, so he has, like, a bunch of kids. Why are you judging him? Yeah. And he cheated on her.
It's so annoying. And people are like, oh, like, she's so gross. Like, why is she with Stefan? And, like, oh, she just wants dick. And I'm like, okay, like, if she just wants dick. Like, if she really, truly just wants dick, what's the problem?
I know.
What's the issue here?
People are such haters. Like,
he was getting pussy while he was married. So she's gonna get dick as she's going through her divorce. I don't understand what the issue is here. I'm Team Cardi.
100%. And I remember I had watched his episode with Alex Cooper on Call Her Daddy, and I was like, okay, wait, maybe he's like really cool. I was like, his vibe was like, I love my wife. Well, he's fully cheating on her.
I know.
Like,
and I still can't get over the fact that he was, like, tweeting, like, oh, like, my new girl's better than Cardi. So, like, why do you care? Like, why do you care what Cardi is doing?
And then the thing is, like, another set of text messages were, like, released where he was, like, begging her to, like, fuck him. And I'm like, oh, my God. And she's like, leave me alone.
Yeah.
But that's what happens. Like, you decided to, like, cheat in your marriage, and you thought that she was going to give you another chance because there was multiple times that she took you back. And now that she's fully done with your ass and sees you for who you are, you're, like, confused to why she's not letting you back in. Yeah. Like, no. I'm sorry. You made your bed. Now you have to go lie in it with your new girl.
I know.
I find it funny. But, I mean, sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, not sorry.
Offset is upset.
Dude, did you see, like, the TikTok he posted of, like, when girls get out of a relationship and it's, like this dog with all these hot dog wieners or whatever. And I'm like, I don't understand. Like, yeah, you were getting pussy while you were fucking married. Like, how did, like, okay, so, like, if she does want to have dick after dick after dick after dick. Like, what is that to you? You guys are separated. You guys are on your way to divorcing each other. Leave her alone.
Right. Leave Cardi alone.
Leave Cardi alone. Also, like, I just, like, no, Cardi's so funny. He's probably, like, regretting the fact that, you know, like, okay, maybe you have, like, a badder bitch, but is she funnier?
Also, I had listened to Cardi. She was like, I don't think it was like a story, but I was like listening to it like a podcast, and she was like, I'm a very loyal person. And she is. Like, she would have rode for him, and she wasn't gonna, like...
Yeah.
Yeah, but, I mean, he decided to...
fuck her over.
Yeah, so, sorry. Goodbye.
Your loss.
Goodbye, Offset. But yeah, we'll have to see like what happens. Yeah. She's gonna get under his skin forever. He's gonna be like, fuck, I fucked up. Well, yeah, it is what it is. Speaking though of things getting like a little tense, Blake and Ryan and Justin Baldoni, I feel like we've talked about them since like last year.
I know. It's like every week. It's like Trump. Too much. Every single week. So this weekend, the past weekend, after we recorded the pod, they attended the, I don't know if it was like
SNL 50th anniversary.
And he made a joke, and obviously people took that to social media and like, you know, went to town on it. And I think it's really crazy when you look at it, because I feel like okay, so we don't know who's at fault here, right? Like I've said many times, like I'm waiting for all the evidence to come out. If she did go through all these things that she said that she went through, and her husband is making a joke at SNL, now she loses credibility. People are now questioning, like, you know, like, people are literally making videos after videos after videos just like talking about like, okay, so why is your husband making jokes about this if it was something as serious as you said it was?
Yeah, it's difficult because like some people are like, well, it's dark humor, and it's like, I do get that, but like you're in an ongoing legal battle.
Yeah, and I think it's like, if it was over, I would understand.
Or in a group of friends.
But I feel like, I don't know, like Ryan Reynolds, read the room, because then again, like, they're not attacking him. They're attacking her. So because of your joke, now your wife is getting attacked, and she's been getting dragged on social media. You couldn't have read that better.
Yeah, that's...
You know what I mean? Like, I think he's the problem.
Yeah, I just think this entire thing is like, it's such a mess.
It's such a mess.
We had her amended complaint now, and like apparently there's like other people involved, and like,
did you see though that like what Jenny Slater's complaint complaint was? Something about an apartment.
The thing is, to be quite honest, I've tried to look away a little because I'm like, this is a lot. It's like every update I'm like, okay. And the thing is with me, I love pop culture, and I love pop culture news, but I'm not a lawyer. So like, that's why I kind of stopped talking about it on TikTok, because I'm like, okay, some of these terms and some of these like things that are being said, like, I'm not legal counsel. As much as I am an arguer, I don't understand some of these things, and I felt like really it was difficult for me to articulate my opinion because I don't know all the facts. Yeah. And so I was like, okay, I was writing hard. At the beginning, I was like, Blake Lively is the victim, you know? Yeah. But then the cookie started to crumble, bitch, and I was like, I don't know. Yeah. And so I was like, the more I talk about it, the more I'm like, I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah, we really don't know.
And so a lot of these content creators are putting their opinions out there, and I'm like, okay, fair. You're allowed to give your opinion. Yeah. But at the same time, my opinion about your opinion is that you are not a lawyer. You know what I mean?
Right. And unless it's like the content creator is a lawyer.
Yes. Or it's a piece of information that's not a part of the lawsuit, where it's like, okay, like Brandon Sklenar went on his Instagram, posted about the complaint on his story, and then he went and said, I'm not Team Blake or Team Justin, I'm Team It Ends With Us. And I'm like, okay, my opinion on that is that like either you're being held to something legally or you're a pussy. You know?
Yeah.
So it's like that I can understand giving your thoughts on. I just think that I feel like we have taken it too far.
Yeah. And it gets crazier and crazier. Now the Hollywood Reporter.
Yeah, like the whole, like, the cover of it. Yeah. It was just like a mess.
It's just a mess. And really, like, you know, I also like, all these content creators also getting like, not all of these, but like some content creators are getting, you know, kind of threatened by Ryan Reynolds, and they're, you know, like, I'm just like, can we just like see how all of this plays out?
Yeah.
You know, there's gonna be someone who is going to lose
a lot
in the public, and I think that both of them are going to lose a lot. But at this point, I don't even know, because we have people on one side saying like Blake is like going to win this by a mile, and then you have other people saying that no, Justin's going to win this by a mile. And so I'm just like, because, you know, I was a ride hard Justin Baldoni fan, and then her complaint came out, and I was like, damn, am I this terrible of a person to like not see a woman's side? But then his came out, and then I was like, you know what, I'm just waiting for all of the pieces to be put on the table.
Yeah.
And that's not gonna happen till what, 2026?
Yeah, and even then, it's like, it really is based on what like you think is right, and who you believe, and who made you see their point of view more. And I want to take something back. I said content creators shouldn't be talking about it. It's like, you are allowed to talk about it. Like, I think that everyone should be able to give their opinion. Me personally, I just feel like I couldn't give my opinions, because like every time I was making a video, I was like giving an opinion, like my mind was changing, and I was like, I don't know, maybe I'm just not like understanding this the way I should. And people are just very, very one side or the other at any point at any given time.
That's why I've literally also taken a step back and said, let's see how everything plays out. Because I also don't want to take the wrong side and then be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I took this side. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I just don't want to take any sides.
It's very, it's like a lot. And so like it's every other day. I'm just like, goddamn. And the thing is, like, with all of this, it's just like one of them is going to lose more than the other, but this is going to ruin their reputations for a long time.
It already has.
Absolutely.
For the three of them.
Yeah. And it's like, was it worth it? You know, like, was it like the movie wasn't even that good? So it's just like a lot. It's like a mess, and we'll figure it out soon, or maybe not, because like, honestly, it's just gonna keep coming out, and we're gonna get more and more details, and it's gonna be consistently like one side or the other blaming the other side, and it's like it's like just what you believe at this point, because it is opinion based. Like, do you believe Justin Baldoni, or do you believe Blake Lively? And which one happened and which one didn't? And it's like both sides are providing evidence that kind of makes sense, and I'm just like, I don't know.
It's crazy.
But you know what else also crazy? So Grupo Frontera took to their Instagram to, I wouldn't say deny that they voted for Trump, because it wasn't a denial outright. It was them saying, we are immigrants supporting immigrants, and we would never support someone that doesn't support immigrants. But they never said, we do not support Trump. And people were like, yes, we get like you coming out and saying this, you know, now after the public has like completely like really tried to cancel you. And the main singer, Payo, he literally said, like, my grandma, you know, like, whatever outside of Grupo Frontera, like, whatever thoughts and opinions are made, like, those are not ours.
What did his grandma do?
They posted about Trump. So it's like, is it a denial of being a Trump supporter, or are you trying to just clean up your side of the street?
And I've seen a lot of people comment saying that they just don't want to get canceled because they're probably taking a hit.
Yeah, because they have like performances coming up, they have tickets to sell, and it's like, people are saying like, yeah, you're saying this now, but like, we saw the evidence. You were supporting Trump at the time, but you think that we're not going to look that far back. So it's like, it's one of those things. It's giving Nicky Jam, like, you know. And so I'm all like, okay, if you're going to believe or think something, stand on it, own up to it.
Yes.
And if you're changed your mind, just say that. Like, hey, we were supporters at one point. We came to, you know, the conclusion that maybe this wasn't the best path forward, and we've changed our minds, and we are no longer supporting him. Or if you don't support him, say it though. Like, you're not saying it. And I think that the passiveness of the video, it's not hitting the way they thought it would. It's addressing the situation. But it's not saying anything.
At this point, I would have just not addressed anything.
I know. You know what people make assumptions.
But since you did, people are going to hold you accountable for the way that you're addressing it. Because they're the consumers. They're allowed. They're allowed.
Exactly. And when people say like, oh, well, they're just an artist, you don't have to like blah, blah, blah. Yes, sure, they can do whatever they want. They don't have to talk about it. They have to, they can vote for whoever they want. But we, as the listeners, the consumers, the buyers, the supporters, we're allowed to not support that.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
And they are allowed to share their thoughts and opinions, but we don't have to agree. And that means if you
we don't have to support.
Exactly.
If it doesn't agree.
Exactly. Like if people are like, oh, well, I bought tickets and now I don't want to go. You don't have to.
Yeah.
And some people are like, well, I can turn a blind eye. Okay, that's you then. But not everyone can.
Yeah, yeah. And you know, Raúl from El Gordo y la Flaca called them out at Premios Lo Nuestro. Premios Lo Nuestro? Yeah.
Yes.
I was like, Raúl, which makes me wonder how he works with La Flaca. I don't know her name. And I don't really care to know her name. 'Cause she's a heavy Trump supporter.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know how he works with her.
I mean, a job is a job, I guess.
I guess a job is a job, but, like, something like that would irritate the fuck out of me. I guess I just don't have... I don't have it in me.
They've been doing this for 20 years.
20 plus years.
Can you imagine? She wasn't a Trump supporter back then. Trump didn't exist back then as a president. So maybe, like, it's just an evolving
But she's,
opinion.
like, so loud and proud about it.
That's really,
Lily,
really embarrassing.
Yeah, that's so embarrassing.
Yeah.
And that's an opinion I'm allowed to have.
I mean, everybody has that opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, not everyone, I guess, but
Yeah,
a lot
but
of
some
people do.
people. Talking about Premios Lo Nuestro, the girls ate.
Yes.
The looks. Nati Natasha looked great. Loving the shorter hair. She's probably really happy because her man's out of jail.
Oh, her man's out of jail. Good for her.
It was a while that he was in there. Like years.
Yeah.
And then we saw our girl Becky G.
Oh my God, yeah.
She looks fantastic. You know, I actually went to the Dynamos game this weekend, and they played FC Dallas, and he plays for FC Dallas, and I was like, look at this loser. They won, but whatever. He cheated on our girl Becky.
Yeah, I mean, but she did take him back, so...
I know.
Maybe she sees something in him.
That we don't. He's a good-looking guy.
Oh, no, he's
so at least
very
he's not
attractive.
ugly, you know? But,
I mean,
you know...
To cheat on Becky's wild.
She
find that
looked
insane.
so gorgeous at Premios Lo Nuestro. I was like, wow, Becky's just
She ain't taking him,
so beautiful. Yeah, she's not gonna be seen outside with him.
Yeah.
He been just like, I was watching him play and I was like, boo.
No, it's crazy because like when famous people cheat, I'm like, what did you think was gonna happen?
I know. Like, don't be famous.
Yeah, if you're gonna cheat, be normal.
Yeah,
you know?
like-
and even then, it's like people find out then too. What's wild to me? What's something that like just like doesn't make sense to me? Your fucking girlfriend is famous as fuck. You're gonna go and fuck around with other bitches. You think it's gonna get back to her? Like, or like the fact that you have such little regard or any kind of fucking integrity that you're gonna cheat on your famous girlfriend, thinking it's not gonna get out. And not only are you putting your reputation on the line, but like you're putting hers. You weird bitch.
I know. It's crazy.
What were you doing?
I thought I had something in my face.
I thought you were gonna say I thought I had a booger.
No. You know, just crazy stuff. But Premios Lo Nuestro, I didn't watch it. I just watched like the recaps on the TikTok. I did see that Majo Aguilar beat her cousin Ángela Aguilar for Artista Femenina del Año. And I was like, period.
I don't think she's gonna win anything for a while.
Okay, like, and this is like no hate to Ángela. Okay, lies. Very much hate to Ángela because I don't like her. But Majo's way better than Ángela, in my opinion. And I thought that before I had beef with this little girl.
Yeah. She did look pretty, though. I will say her dress was cute.
I don't like her with the long hair. Bring back the Dora Bob.
Yeah.
Long hair, just she looks weird. Like she
I like the dress. I didn't say I liked her.
Yeah. The dress was cute. But I think it would have ate more with a bob.
Yeah.
With her black bob. Her Dora Bob.
Edna Mode Bob.
Yeah.
Was her man there?
No. Now people are speculating that they're broken up.
Damn.
Can you imagine?
Can you ruining your whole fucking life and then breaking up, pulling a Tom Sandoval on a Raquel Levis? That's so embarrassing.
Imagine? That's like so. I don't know. Do you think they're gonna last? I know we talk about this all the time.
I don't know. He has so much audacity for a man who's 5'4". Like
he's 5'4".
He looks 5'4" to me.
He probably is 5'4", actually.
Yeah.
Let's look it up.
He's definitely 5'4". On a good day, 5'5" in his boots.
Let's see. Christian.
My back has been hurting lately. I'm like, I need to stretch.
It's 5'7".
practically 5'4". He 2025 5'4".
Yeah.
Because, you know, people are like
5 feet.
Taller nowadays. They drink more water and milk.
Yeah.
Back then, everyone was like 4'11".
I'm 4'11".
Well, do you drink water and milk?
I drink water.
Do you not drink milk?
No, I don't. I don't like milk.
You know what's crazy? We judge people for, like, when people are like, oh, I drank my breast milk, but, like, you weren't annoyed that someone drank cow's milk.
Yeah, you drank.
I mean, I don't drink any milk because milk tastes like shit. Like, people would like milk.
The consistency.
I like yogurt. Does that have milk? Well, then yeah.
Well, no, but like yogurt's better than milk.
Yogurt's lit as fuck.
Yogurt's lit as fuck. I think it's so crazy. Anytime I tell people that I've never had cereal with milk, I've had it with yogurt because that's how you eat it in Chile. People are like, ew, and I'm like, no, your shit is soggy.
Yeah, watery
and
as
wet.
Fuck. Like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's get into Love is Blind, girl. We need to get into Love is Blind. Love is Blind this season. Okay, season 8. Whack. Everybody. Was this Minnesota?
Yeah. Minuscule.
Like, Minnesota's finest. This is the best you could do in Minnesota. I was Googling Minnesota influencers to see if there was anyone better, and this is what you chose.
Yeah.
I guess men, it's like hard to cast. You know, like you have to find them single and prepared to get married, and hardly single or not attached to anyone, and prepared to be married. Wild.
Yeah.
But everyone looks the same.
Yeah.
If you put me in a room and we're like, okay, you have to pick out Mason or Ben or Dave
or Alex
correctly, and if you didn't pick correctly, you were gonna get murdered. Just tell my parents I love them. I gotta go.
Yeah,
you know,
it was wild. And I'm not gonna lie, we've only watched the first 6 episodes. I know that newer episodes came out, but there's only so much that I could take. Okay, like there was like, why so
many pod episodes?
Oh yeah. You know what I mean? Like, we need some diversity. I don't understand why everyone's white.
It's Minnesota, though.
Oh, okay. So Minnesota doesn't have, like...
I think Minnesota's, like, predominantly white.
Oh. Well, they need to fucking branch out to, like, some, like, funner fucking cities.
Miami. I would love to see Love is Blind.
Love is Blind Miami would be so lit. That would need, like, several seasons. You know, there's several people in Miami that...
Yeah, I feel like it would be good.
Yeah. You know, the first couple, we have Monica and Joey. Monica...
She's Chilean.
She is from Chile. Which I was like, okay, period.
Love that for her.
I love that for her. And then we had Joey, who was probably the one white guy that didn't look like the other white guys.
Yeah, he looked like Thor.
He looked, like a great value version of Thor.
Like, if Thor had, like, a goofy personality.
Yeah, he looked more like the uncle from Full House to me. Uncle.
He had a really long, like, he like Fabio ass hair. He was so corny though. Who was the one that said smooch? I was like, I have to go.
I watched it in like 2x, bitch. I couldn't.
Yeah, their conversations had me cringe, dude. I had to turn it off at one point. I was like, Monica.
It was a lot, but I was like, okay, like, you know what? They gave like Taylor and Garrett vibes, like simple,
the sugar butts,
you know. And so I was just like, okay, like whatever. Like they got engaged. It was cute. She likes his long hair, which was great because, you know, like
he could shave it.
Yeah, well, he's not because he's growing it out because he wants to donate it.
Okay, good for him, I guess.
Like,
there's redeeming qualities.
Like he was okay. And then we had let's see who else. We had Devin and Virginia that were in like a triangle-ish
with B dot,
and I don't know. None of the couples. Virginia's not just like, she's very shy to me. That I'm like, Virginia, say more. Like,
but I get it. Why would you need to?
How, like, no, but like he asked her to get married, and you know he told that like the ibuprofen story, and like she didn't say anything, and I thought that maybe she
probably was trying to figure out he was talking about like, okay. Okay. When he told the ibuprofen story, I literally was like, are you serious? But I was like, in my mind, I was like, is he like thinking like saying ibuprofen and like it's really like crack or something? You know what I mean? Because like you can't be addicted to ibuprofen.
I'm sure.
Google it.
You Googled it?
Yes, I put it into ChatGPT. And you can't. It says no.
Oh,
I mean, I don't know. Can you be addicted to anything? Because, I mean, there's been people out there who've been addicted to eating Tide Pods. So, like, you know.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, they were in a love triangle, and I felt like he shared his story, and I thought that maybe we would get a little bit more from Virginia.
She's probably wondering what the fuck he was talking about.
And so she didn't say anything.
And he shared it twice.
I know, he shared it twice. I was like, I felt like, okay, why are they putting it twice on the TV?
I think it was to maybe share, like, both reactions.
And I feel like he only changed his mind about B-Dot when she talked about her sexuality.
Yeah, he was not weird. He was, like, weird about it.
Yeah, I was like,
okay.
And I'm glad that B-Dot decided, like, you know what? No, like,
yeah.
I don't fuck with you either. And your ibuprofen.
It's crazy, though. Like, that's where you draw the line. And you want her to give you sympathy because you're addicted to ibuprofen?
Yeah.
Like, let's be serious.
Yeah. And so they got engaged. They met up. Super cute. He's a basketball player, coach.
I thought you were going to say enthusiast.
Yeah. Him and B-Dot, they can be best buds.
Yeah.
That's all I had to say. And then she was like, she danced for a basketball team.
Yeah.
So, period.
She deserves better, though. Like, let's be honest. Like, the men on this season are just, like, whack. And she's well-educated, well-spoken. Yeah. She probably just was reserved because she couldn't work with a lot.
Yeah. And then we had Ben and Sarah. And there wasn't really a third here. It was more about, like, the social issues that she would bring up. And Ben was like, you know, she has
I had a lot of respect. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I had a lot of respect for Sarah when she asked him about BLM and, like, social issues. And like
LGBTQ plus community.
Yeah. And then she got engaged to him. And I was like, okay, the respect is gone. You know what I mean? Because, like, how are you going to talk about this? And him is like, oh, I don't subscribe to that. Or, like, I don't really know. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, at, like, your solid age.
You're a grown man.
And she said that.
So for her to say yes to him, I was like,
I know.
It was giving performative.
You think so?
Unless she thinks that maybe she could actually
change him. Well, her sister is a lesbian.
I just feel like if at that age you really don't pay attention enough to what's around you, then you clearly let your privilege lead, like, your lifestyle.
Duh.
So it's just, like, disappointing.
Yeah.
I would have walked out so quick. And also, I don't know, Ben was, like, kind of lame. Sorry.
They were all lame.
I keep moving because my back hurts.
They were all lame. Then we had, you know, Taylor and Daniel.
Daniel and his very large head.
Yeah. He gave Leonardo DiCaprio with a hairline.
Yeah.
With, like, the little heart hairline. Their conversation
was, like, boring, too. Oh, my God. Everyone was, like, boring. I'm like, oh.
But the tea was with this couple that apparently he had followed her on social media prior.
Yeah.
And that's why he knew all those things about her, like Taco Bell and registered nurse and Christmas.
Yeah. I could see it. I mean, if you think about it, like, they probably find out who's who. Like,
really?
No, at least, like, if they're from how big is Minnesota?
I don't know. I don't even know where Minnesota is.
It's in the north.
In the north?
Yeah.
Is Minnesota? This is, like, so stupid. Is Minnesota the city or the state?
Minnesota's the state, you dumb bitch. Yes.
No,
I have to check now. No, I'm cutting this from the pod. It's Minnesota State. What is wrong with you?
I'm sorry.
They're known for, like, unless it's not Minnesota, but they're known for, like, what are they known for?
It's because I feel like
hockey.
Okay, period.
Okay.
The Minnesota Vikings?
Yeah,
is that a thing?
Yes. It's Minnesota State. You got me fucking questioning my intelligence.
Okay.
It's Minneapolis. That's the city.
See, that's... Okay, I'm not from the north.
Okay? But you're educated.
I know, but I forgot.
Now people are going to think we're dumb as fuck.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, everyone. It's just Maria.
It's Sunday.
What does it have to do with it?
Sunday, I'm not smart.
Okay, well, anyway.
And then we had Madison, Alex, Mason, and Meg.
Oh my God, why did you even show them if none of them got engaged?
Yeah.
Like, okay.
So, Madison had 2 men, Alex and Mason.
Yeah.
Mason had 2 women, Madison and Meg. Madison picked Alex. leaving Mason behind. He thought his number one was Madison. It was not. Okay? Then he tried to, like, backtrack and be like, Meg, actually, just kidding. You were number one. And then Madison said, but before that, Madison had said, no, I'm going to tell Meg that you said that I was your number one. Meg was like, I'm not about to be your fucking new number one just because your, like, true number one went with someone else. Yeah. Which I thought that was kind of sketchy because I feel like Madison just didn't want anyone to get engaged. She's just like,
yeah, but like she was doing the same thing too, though. She was like making each guy feel like they were like number one too.
Yeah,
but like at the same time, like you're in this fucking experience where it's like a very short amount of time where you have to figure out who you want to marry. So like, why wouldn't, like, you can change your feelings very quickly.
Yeah,
like you're in a high pressure situation. I'd be like, yeah, if everyone wants to fucking marry me, absolutely I'm gonna move forward with everyone that wants to marry me. Hello? That's the point.
So no one got engaged there.
Yeah.
Which is crazy, in my opinion. Because I thought that there was, I don't know, I feel like that was like the most exciting thing we saw.
Yeah.
And then we had Lauren and Dave, that they were in a
if Dave gives me obsessed with his sister energy or like some weird bullshit.
Oh my god, dude. I was like, if he brings up his sister one more time, like, why are you crying about your sister? Like, your sister's not gonna marry this girl. Like, if you cared so much about what your sister was gonna say, go marry her. Yeah. Like, I don't understand what kind of fucking weird ass shit this is. Like, oh, like he's like crying in the men's like little area about his sister.
Yeah, and also like the fact that Dave even had women after him, crazy. Know. And the fact that, no, I'm sorry. The fact that Lauren had even, she was like kind of not begging him, but she was like, pick me, choose me, love me. I was like, Lauren.
Yeah. You're not Meredith.
Stand up, Lauren. And Molly too, like, what was the allure? Because like, okay, we're not looking at him, okay? You don't see him. But the way he talks too, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, some of his jokes are not funny.
Yeah, he's like making misogynistic jokes and like making them seem like, oh, it's just a joke.
Yeah,
like, it isn't.
Yeah, he's weird.
Everyone on this season, ass. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I
this
keep watching.
Season gives absolutely nothing except they have a great track list.
Yeah, the budget. They were like, we had to make up for it since like no one's fucking great.
Ball by Miley Cyrus. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, I know.
Like, really?
We got budget this year.
Yeah, and we couldn't pick better people.
I'm telling you, Minnesota's finest, and this is what you got to show. I mean, I'm not gonna lie though. When they did the casting in Houston, I was like, this is Houston's finest. Every time I say this though,
I know,
because I'm like, okay, this is the best you could fucking find in this giant ass city.
I know.
Someone needs to rehire.
And a guy I knew was on Houston.
Yeah. Anyway, next reality TV show we have Summer House. Episode 2 came out this week, and honestly, they're coming out with full swing, and I'm loving it.
I love it. It's crazy to see Lindsay and Carl, at least at this point of the season, be so cordial with one another. They had a conversation. He congratulated her.
He's so fucking fake. I'm sorry. When he walked in, he was like, in this confession, I just didn't want to make her uncomfortable. So you walk in, say hi to everyone else except for her, and you say you don't want to make her uncomfortable? Carl is fake as fuck.
I hate Carl.
He plays his little angel victim card. It drives me nuts.
I know.
Same with Wes. They play this card like they didn't have a part to play.
And I love that Sierra's standing on business.
Oh, she said,
standing on his neck. Like, it's not gonna happen.
She said, you know what? I'm gonna ruin lunch. And I'm gonna have fun doing it.
Yeah.
As she should. Because Wes yapped to the New York Times, and you're gonna sit here.
What a weird thing to do.
Yeah. He cares so much of what the fans perceive of him. Like, why don't you care about the girl?
He just wants to stay relevant. That's what it is.
Yeah, and you know, we're gonna get to see more of like the Craig and Paige situation. I feel like Unravel, we're starting to see like some cracks, because like she said, you know, since they started dating, she's much busier. She's changed her mind about a lot of things, and like it's very much like foreshadowing to their breakup.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see this season. I think that Jesse and Lexi are going to be messy too. Now that they're like making out and shit, episode 2.
I know, and apparently somehow Sierra is going to be in the mix later on, because that's what the previews say. And I'm just like,
I know, messy.
I know.
Jesse's giving me the ick.
Jesse's giving me the fucking ick. Kyle has always given me the ick. I can't fucking stand Carl.
Carl pisses me off because he plays it like he didn't have anything to do with it. Like, oh, I can finally flirt with people now that Lindsay's not here. Shut the fuck up, Carl. Shut the fuck up.
Like, the fact that he was so happy that she was gone, like, she literally said in her confessional, like, I'm, like, physically, emotionally, and mentally moved on. Yeah. Like, Carl, like, move on.
Carl's being so annoying. He's trying to make it sound like he's being a gentleman, but you're just being fake as fuck.
Fake as fuck.
I can see right through you.
I know.
And I wish it was just Summer House girls version. No men.
I know. The girls seemed so fun when Paige was like, she's like, you want to fuck around and lay on the couch? And I was like, why is Amanda with Kyle? Like, I just feel like Amanda could find someone so much better.
I don't know. It would... I don't even know. Like, Amanda's the Katie of Summer House. Except Tom Schwartz was much more likable than Kyle. Yeah. Like, it's like their marriage is a mess, but you're like, okay, I guess. You know, if you like him, I love him for you.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. It's like, Amanda's, like, could do a lot better. And the thing is, Kyle fully cheated on Amanda during the show.
They got it on camera?
No, but it was like that season played out. And like you could see that they're not good together. Yeah. And I'm not saying this is true, but would I be surprised? No. Yeah. There's been a lot of rumors that Kyle like cheats on Amanda all the time.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And it's like, okay, you know, I guess. Like, you know, but whatever. Another big ass mess. Southern Hospitality season 3.
I know.
Emmy needs an exorcism or a lobotomy. I'm not sure. She's so delusional. It's so sad though. Like when she was having a conversation with her sister, and her sister was like, I would be like, what the fuck? But Emmy was like, when you grow up, you realize that like,
and girl, the sister was like,
be so serious.
Yeah, I know.
It's just really embarrassing because it just goes to show like, I guess either she doesn't care about what he's doing and she just wants to be a lawyer's wife, or she believes him so like wholeheartedly because she loves him, and she just looks like she's crashing out in every scene.
I know.
Yeah.
You know who I also think is kind of crashing out?
Who?
Joe Bradley. I need Joe Bradley to be so serious.
Yeah.
So serious. Like, you've been with Maddie for 4 months. Even Maddie's mom was like, Maddie, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, in his mind, he's been dating her for years.
Okay, but really, that's his mind.
Yeah, I know. And, like, it's just very off-putting because it's like, Joe Bradley, I need you to be so for real.
Even like, Brad was like, oh, you're going to ask her to marry you?
Yeah. And it's not even because he loves her. It's almost to, like, keep her in a box.
Yes, that's exactly what he wants to do.
Very weird behavior.
He's scared that Maddie's going to grow without him.
Yeah, and I mean, she's going to spread her wings and fly, and he's going to be here in Charleston being Joey Bottles or whatever they call him.
Yeah.
So it's just like, sorry, she's a bad bitch.
How old is he?
I don't know. I always wonder that. Like, what is their age group? Like 20s and 30s?
Yeah.
If Will is in law school, he's like at least 24, 25. And I feel like that's the age range, like 25 to 30.
Yeah.
And then Michael's was 22.
That's crazy. Yeah, I feel like Joe needs to either give Maddie her space or that's going to overwhelm her tremendously.
Absolutely.
If she likes living with her girls and you guys have only been in a relationship for 4 months, let her live with her friends. Like, what is the issue?
And he kind of tried to make her feel bad. He was like, I'm, Ubering because I don't have a car. 45 minutes. Why don't you get a car then?
Yeah.
Why don't you get a car?
Yeah.
Also, why don't you have a car?
Maybe they don't need it.
I don't know. But thank you guys so much for taking a listen this week.
Yes.
We are so excited for every time that you guys are here. Like always, Morning Chisme podcast on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, until TikTok is no more. But like always, we appreciate you and have a great week. Bye guys.